You've probably seen it 1,000 times, sizzling on a grill, passed down a stadium row, or handed from a Coney Island cart with a splash of mustard. But have you ever stopped and wondered, why on earth do we call it a hot dog? A name that sounds more like a prank than a meal. No one would actually eat a dog, and yet somehow the name stuck. Behind that bun and sausage lies a story of immigrants, jokes, rumors, and a cartoon that may have never existed. Today, we're diving into the bizarre origin of an American classic, the strange journey of how a humble sausage became the hot dog. Hey friends, I'm Frank, and this is Secrets of Simple Things. Nice to see you again. At its simplest, a hot dog is just a sausage tucked inside a soft bun, a handheld meal of comfort and convenience. Steaming, salty, juicy, the kind of food that tastes like summer and smells like nostalgia. It's the flavor of ball games, street corners, and lazy afternoons under the sun. But unlike burgers or pizza, its name raises eyebrows. Why dog? There's no dog inside. In fact, what we call a hot dog is a small miracle of everyday engineering. A finely ground mix of beef and pork blended with salt, garlic, and spices, packed into a thin casing, then gently smoked or steamed until it bursts with flavor. The bun isn't just there for convenience. It soaks up the juices, keeps the heat, and turns a messy meal into something you can hold with one hand. The entire design, shape, texture, and temperature was made for movement. It's food you can walk with, cheer with, live with. Before we chase the mystery of the name, let's start with what it really is. A descendant of ancient sausages, perfected through centuries of craft and later Americanized for speed, fun, and flavor. Simple, yet oddly profound. A reminder that even the humblest meal can hold a world of history inside. Long before fast food or factory lines, there was the sausage, one of the oldest processed foods on Earth. Some historians trace it back over 3,000 years, even mentioned in Homer's Odyssey. The idea was brilliantly simple. Take bits of meat, season them, stuff them into animal casings. Nothing wasted, everything flavorful. It was food born from necessity, yet refined by creativity. Over centuries, this humble invention traveled across Europe. And in Germany, it became more than food, it became culture. Frankfurt gave us the Frankfurter. Vienna, or Wien in German, gave us the Wiener. Each city had its own pride, its own recipe, its own way of saying, "This is who we are." What began as survival, in Germany became a tradition, a celebration of craft, comfort, and community. By the mid-1800s, waves of German immigrants began arriving in New York, bringing with them their language, their music, and their love for sausages. To them, these weren't just snacks, they were a taste of home. On bustling city streets and at country fairs, vendors grilled sausages over open flames, serving them piping hot to curious Americans. Sometimes they came on a plate, sometimes just wrapped in paper. But there was a problem. They were messy. The heat, the grease, the mustard, not exactly friendly to one's Sunday clothes. Then, someone, we'll never know who, had a simple, brilliant idea. What if we put it inside a bun? And just like that, the sausage became portable, easy to hold, easy to eat, perfect for a city always in motion. The humble sausage had found its American accent. They sold sausages from wooden carts on cold New York mornings, steam rising into the fog, the smell of garlic and smoke cutting through the noise of the city. For many immigrants, that scent wasn't just business, it was home in a new world. As German vendors settled into American life, they brought not just their recipes, but their sense of humor. Many called their sausages dachshund sausages, after the long, funny-looking German dog breed that resembled them. But back then, people already joked about what went into sausages. Food safety wasn't exactly trustworthy in the 1800s. Rumors spread that some butchers used everything, even, supposedly, dog meat. It wasn't true, but the joke stuck. Soon, street vendors shouted across the crowds, "Get your hot dachshund sausages! Red hot and ready!" And people laughed. It was absurd, catchy, and memorable. Newspapers picked up the phrase, printing cheeky cartoons of dachshunds inside buns. Then came the big stage, baseball. By the late 1800s, at the Polo Grounds in New York, vendors walked through the stands yelling, "Hot dachshund sausages! Get 'em while they're hot!" According to legend, a cartoonist named T.A. Dorgan was there, sketching the lively scene. He wanted to capture the moment, but there was one problem. He didn't know how to spell dachshund, so instead, he simply wrote hot dog. Whether that cartoon ever existed or not, the name stuck, like ketchup on a bun. Catchy, silly, and perfectly American. So, why did this ridiculous name survive? Simply because hot dog sounded right. It was short, funny, easy to say, and it made people smile. Linguists call this phonetic charm, the hidden music inside words that just feel good in your mouth. Hot dog. It bounces when you say it. The H pops like heat, the D lands like a bite. It sounds warm, cheerful, and just a little bit silly, exactly what a street snack should be. By the early 1900s, vendors embraced it proudly. Hot dog appeared on signs, menus, and advertisements across Coney Island and the American Midwest. What began as a joke had become a brand. And then came one man who changed everything. Nathan Handwerker, a Polish immigrant who started small, grilling sausages on a seaside stand at Coney Island. In 1916, he opened Nathan's Famous, selling hot dogs for just 5 cents each. People lined up for blocks. Workers, families, celebrities, everyone could afford one. His success turned the hot dog from a cheap street snack into an American legend. Not bad for something that started with a spelling mistake. In a country built on reinvention, even words get a second chance. Hot dog became proof that in America, what sounds right often becomes what is right. Even today, many people still believe the term hot dog came from real dog meat. But here's the truth, it never did. The name was always a joke, born in an era when people didn't fully trust what was inside their food. You see, by the late 1800s, America was going through a food panic. Newspapers printed shocking exposés about what factories were hiding in sausages. In 1906, writer Upton Sinclair published The Jungle, a novel that described unsanitary meatpacking plants in Chicago. It horrified the public. People began cutting back on meat, demanding new safety laws, and joking darkly, "You never know what animal's in your lun." In that anxious climate, the idea of a dog sausage sounded both funny and possible, the kind of humor that made fear easier to swallow. The phrase hot dog captured that perfectly. A little suspicion, a lot of laughter. It reminds us that humor often shapes language faster than truth ever can. And maybe that's the charm of it, a name born from fear but saved by laughter. Like much of American culture itself, turning anxiety into amusement and mistakes into icons. Today, the hot dog is everywhere. At ballparks, sizzling beside the cheers of a home run. At backyard barbecues, shared between friends on a summer afternoon. In food trucks, on city corners, at 4th of July parades. It's there, in the heart of every celebration. From Chicago's pickle-stacked Chicago dog to New York's mustard-only purist, each city has its own version of the story, its own bite of pride. Even language evolved with it. By the 1920s, the phrase, "hot dog," had jumped off the menu and into conversation. No longer just food, it became an exclamation of excitement, of joy, of life. Hot dog meant, wow, cheerful, playful, and perfectly American. By mid-century, hot dogs had appeared in Hollywood films, school cafeterias, and even space programs. Astronauts once packed them as comfort food in orbit. It was official. America had sent its sense of humor to the stars. Over time, the hot dog grew into more than a meal. It became a symbol of Americana, simple, cheap, democratic. A food for everyone, regardless of class or background. On summer nights, under stadium lights, at crowded fairs, or quiet family picnics, it's still there, connecting generations with the same familiar taste. A story you can hold in your hand and taste in every bite. So, the next time you bite into a hot dog, remember, it's not just meat and bread. It's history in a bun. From ancient sausages to immigrant dreams, from street jokes to moments of joy. What began as a prank became a piece of American identity, because sometimes the strangest names carry the warmest stories. The simplest things often hide the longest journeys, because in the end, every bite of history reminds us, nothing simple ever starts simple. If you enjoyed this story, tell us what other simple thing you'd like us to explore next. Your idea might be featured in our next episode. Thanks for watching, and remember, history often hides in the smallest details. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us what everyday mystery you'd like us to explore next. Your idea might inspire a future episode of Secrets of Simple Things. This video was created using publicly available sources, historical archives, and AI-assisted research. We strive to ensure accuracy and clarity, but some details may be simplified or interpreted for storytelling purposes. The content is intended for educational and entertainment use only, and should not be taken as an exhaustive historical record. We encourage viewers to explore additional sources, think critically, and enjoy the wonder behind life's simplest things.